with COVID, we've seen a couple of things happen over the last couple of years. The rapid expansion of technology into operations, finally getting things closer to where they need to be. But we've also seen major problems in supply chain. So if you were to kind of assess between the benefits that we've achieved and the vulnerabilities that we've realized, could you just talk through how you would evaluate that composite from your perspective?
In my opinion, I start with the vulnerabilities and risk, like capacity issues, driver shortage, chassis shortage, all that part was equipment shortage. You don't have enough crew members working in the vessel. They can't go home. I can talk about that because I used to sail on board these ships at an earlier life. From there, I transitioned to work in ports in India, some parts in Asia, Rotterdam, and then last 5 years I've been in the US, and I've seen it on a clinical standpoint, being a grad student in the university to being in the industry. Having seen places and companies at smaller scale, at medium scale and bigger scale, the biggest thing is adoption of certain new policies, new rules. Technology is the biggest issue. Especially at smaller scale, we are growing pretty good. There's good knowledge, there's good understanding. But at a larger scale, everything comes down to a halt because there is a lot of allocation, like I say, in all these big companies which are making good money. And that is becoming a big halt in terms of how we are progressing altogether. So that's where the biggest challenges were in terms of general implementation and adoption. At Toll, we are not that tech savvy. That's something which is a positive thing and a negative thing at the same time, because positive thing because there's a lot of opportunity to grow and adopt technology, and that's what we are doing in terms of RPA, also internally how we manage our TMS and interaction with overseas, and externally in terms of equipment, general terminal connections, partnerships, things like that. But there's a long way that we have to go in terms of how we are progressing general mindset of people. Trust me on this when I say that we have worked, like I have personally worked and we have personally worked as a company with the exec team in Long Beach, in the Port of LA, in Port of Utah, Port of Houston. The one thing which we see is that a new idea or what is there as a boundary of freedom is not something which is clearly taken up easily with all the officials, and that's something that maybe with the new mindset, with the supply chain logistics becoming the critical problem in the world. 5-6 years back, someone said logistics, they're like, we don't know what logistics is, and now there's good traction of people getting it, and traction is the right word basically. So that's something which the momentum and the traction this field was not having, and now it's having. So that's something which gives opportunities for the next 10 years, possibly for things to change, and that's the opportunity I would say in general.